Hi folks, welcome back to 999. We recently escaped what looks like the Helm's room, the Helm area.
I don't like it though. It felt like a premature escape.
Yeah, and Ace kind of finished it for us, which was awkward.
It was really
eerie.
Weird. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Also, he's so invasive, just going through our shit, like our pockets.
I don't like it. I don't like him.
God, I don't like him
into our
so
clothes.
much. Yeah.
But anyway.
And he's trying to play off that, like, I'm just like, an old guy. And
it is worth keeping in mind that if you're doing this route first, you don't feel that. Like, this is, they are starting to introduce that there's something weird with Ace here.
That's true.
Which is why I think he's being so outwardly eerie.
Yes. Yeah? Yes, definitely. Because technically up until this point, we haven't felt that put off by Ace.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to it's starting to get weird.
Well, we've also not had a room with him.
That's true. Oh, that's in this timeline. Yeah, that's true. So,
Anyway, let's proceed to the next room since we just found it.
That's so weird. They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. On their left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond. Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment. Blah, blah, blah. I couldn't read that.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Wait, this one is...
Morse code.
Yeah, telegraph. One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
Yep. He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Hey, can we communicate with Zero?
Well,
hey, Zero!
It's still not the captain's quarters.
That is true, yeah. Across the room from the door they'd entered through was another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read,
Captain's quarters.
Captain's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. Oh!
It opens.
Just going right in. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause, she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw... Oh! The fuck? Was a man on the floor covered in blood. Oh. Junpei felt his body seize up, his mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold.
He's got a bracelet.
He's got a bracelet.
That must be where Clover found
That's
it.
so true. The blood, oh god, the blood in his veins slowed to a crawl and his heart tightened like a fist.
And the bracelet is gonna say 0.
And they're gonna be like, this is 0 and he's dead. Like,
yes.
Right? Is that where you get going with this?
Well, yes, but we know the bracelet isn't a 0.
It's not. It's like,
but
it's
it looks
6.
like a 0.
Right.
So we don't know. All we know is here's a man in the captain's quarters, dressed like a captain, with a 0 bracelet.
Dead. Oh my god. And it's also, like, us as the viewers, like, we know that this is potentially another random man that's just dead on this ship.
Yep.
Because we
know they killed off some other random
Yes! And then there's this guy. Like, what? Like, I don't know what to do. But that's so creepy because we are so truly not alone on this ship. Like, we're not the only 8 people. Mm-hmm. There were at least 2 other people on this ship that are dead. Or were dead and planted here. What the fuck? Okay.
We don't know. We really don't know.
Oh my god. This was the 3rd time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was he saw, whatever happened to him was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by determination that he could not hope to match. Whoa, that was dramatic.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness, of desperation washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
I mean, it's a good thing to check. Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body. And his heart fell.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Soup's dead. When he touched his hand to his neck.
No pulse.
Yeah. His pupils had dilated and he wasn't breathing.
Well, he's dead. Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest.
These wounds. I wonder what killed him.
Junpei did not have to wonder long.
It must have been this.
The axe!
Hey, it's an axe.
Oh! For lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe.
So we've now seen all the objects associated with endings.
Yep.
We've seen the coffin, we've seen the axe, we've seen the knife. We haven't seen the sub.
I was gonna say, we haven't seen the sub.
I've said aloud that there's a sub.
Which is still hilarious to me. Like, what the fuck?
There's a sub.
Okay.
But yeah, we've now
we've
seen
seen
axe
the knife.
and knife.
Yep. Wow. And safe.
Yep.
Well, not yet in this timeline, but
No, I mean just in general.
yeah, in general.
Same, we
yes.
haven't seen the coffin associated with the Bolivian army ending either.
That's
but
true,
We
yeah.
have seen it,
Yeah. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood.
These clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was 0?
On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0.
Bracelet 0.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it was a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Oh shit, did Clover chop off this dude's hand?
With the axe.
Yeah, she must have.
She had to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, we seek a way out again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're still trapped.
Oh, there's blood on that chair! Ah!
We also, this is weird because this guy was killed at some point, but the 8 of us shouldn't have had access to this.
Right.
So, when and how did this happen? And also, it looks like it was staged. There's a
What?
lot
yeah,
going
like
on.
how long ago did this occur? Yeah, because we were going to eventually get here. There's a fucking camera? A camcorder?
It looks like it's pointed at the door.
Well, the power's on.
Why would someone want to videotape a door?
Yeah, that's really fucking weird.
I think this kind of camera records to a hard drive, but it doesn't look like this one's recording anything.
What do you mean?
It's just sending whatever it sees to something.
What does it see?
The door.
Okay. Let's look at this.
No.
All right, we can't do anything
No.
with that yet, no.
Alright,
Bloody
let's
chair.
go ahead and do this.
Yeah. There's blood on this chair. Do you think this was the dead guy's?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
Anything else we can
There's
do
like
with
a
this?
weird pattern.
It's got like flowers on it. Yeah.
okay.
Check the bedside table. Oh, a little music box.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Actually, could you? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Never mind. It's a lamp, but it doesn't turn on. I don't think there's anything special about it.
Okay.
Can you check the music box? Can you like look at it in your items?
Yeah.
I just want to inspect it.
Oh, it's one of those old music boxes. How about we wind it up?
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh, that was horrible. Why does it sound like that? Is it broken?
The pins on the cylinder are shaped all weird.
I don't think those are the pins. It looks like someone put something else on top of it. I think we're gonna have to take it apart to figure out what's going on, don't you?
Okay.
I guess we can't do that yet.
I mean, it's good to see that Clover's talking again, by the way.
Yeah, that is really good. That was really funny. The music played and we were both...
Yeah, I know.
Awful.
They look like batteries. There's a cable running from them to the monitor.
Oh, okay. And oh, whoa.
The screen shows the big hospital room. There's just some random hallway on this one, yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, we had to assume we were being monitored,
of course,
right?
Yeah, but...
The screen showing what's happening at the central staircase on B deck. This room on the screen looks really fancy. Oh, that's first class cabin.
Yep, first class. That's where we start.
Junpei's never been there, so he doesn't know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't start in the first class cabin, right?
No, we started in the weird B29
yeah,
or whatever.
like second class cabin.
Screen shows what's going on in a small room somewhere that I don't recognize.
Wait, what room is that? Can we see it? Do we know what it is?
It's hard to tell.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't recognize the room on this one.
Okay.
This looks like the bathroom. This is the staircase.
Yes.
The hospital room. Can't tell what this is.
I'm not sure which
Oh,
hallway
it looks
that
like
is.
is that not the dog? The dog picture? But Junpei saw that.
Yeah, he didn't know what that was.
There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the screens.
Do you know how to work this thing?
Why don't you just press one of these? Like this one.
Okay. Oh, I hate it. Oh.
Well, I guess it does change the... What the hell is this?
Oh, God.
Hey, isn't the door on that screen the one right behind us? So that's where it's feeding.
Yep.
It's a wireless camcorder feeding straight to here.
Yep. You're right.
So whatever that camera sees is sent to the screen in real time.
I wonder if that means something, you know... Wait, I wonder if that means something, you know? Okay, what does this say? Oh, there's
nothing on this monitor, just static. It looks like words to me.
I was gonna say, it looks like text.
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh.
Do you want me to keep reading?
I can read.
Okay.
Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter on each.
Z-E-R-O, huh? It's like he's making fun of us.
Ooh.
What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seemed that she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she was responding at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured towards the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Yeah, right. Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that man could be Zero.
Huh?
Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a 0 on it. It's too obvious. Look, this is Zero right here. This dead body is Zero. Isn't that kind of fishy?
You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
Clover, you're so close.
Come on.
No, that's not the point. So I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I'm sure they didn't think it would work, which makes me wonder.
Wait,
He
did
just
you
didn't
read the
finish
line?
the line.
I was like, waiting. I'm
No,
like,
I know.
I think this is a challenge. A challenge from the person who's really behind all of this. He's making fun of us. Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking around with a 0 bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did. The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was Zero and put the bracelet on him anyway. Do you know why?
Why?
Like I said, He's mocking us. Too bad, suckers. This isn't Zero. Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me. It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles.
I really like Junpei's
really
lines. He's so good.
But it almost seems kind of childish.
No, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's amazing.
You're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me.
Junpei bent down next to the corpse.
All right, let's get back to the point. Who killed this man?
I don't know.
And what's this guy's deal? Who is he?
How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you.
You have no idea who he is.
Why would I?
Junpei sat back on his haunches and thought.
We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover.
Huh?
We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets?
Yeah, you got it, though.
Okay,
Yeah, Clover
fine.
did move.
Guess I'll do it.
Junpei had no choice but to move the body on his own.
Here we go.
He grabbed hold of an area not completely covered in blood and shoved. It took a moment, but eventually Junpei felt the man's bulk begin to shift. But just as he did,
Huh?
something fell from the man's left wrist. Oh, it just disengaged.
Oh, it just fell off.
Hey, it's the...
The bracelet with the 0 on the face.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove
yeah.
the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so.
I knew you could, but I thought there was like I didn't know it just like released.
When you died?
But I guess it did
Yeah.
for the 9th band too, so like...
Yeah, it did.
I just thought he got blown up and like that, I don't know.
And it's
Anyway.
like, oh, you peel it off the
Escape from this
blown off
state.
hand? Yeah.
2. Lower heart rate, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of
Yeah,
Yep.
no. Sorry.
Oh, God.
The other option is your heart rate reaches 0. And isn't it possible to... There are ways to lower your heart rate, like...
It's possible. It
and
clearly didn't
bounce back
happen to
up.
this guy, but it's
No.
possible.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, yeah, this guy is very obviously
Yeah.
dead. I was just thinking about Ace sort of drugging himself.
Yeah.
That would have lowered his heart rate enough to like disengage the bracelet, which maybe not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But maybe. But I
Okay.
feel like it would require specific circumstances beyond just like a drug.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just a weird tangent thought.
No,
but
it's a good point.
yeah.
Junpei stared at the bracelet.
This man... He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, it's just... I guess I didn't really think about it until right now. If his bracelet's off, that means he's dead.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at his bracelet to figure out that he's dead.
No, he's just in shock, Clover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're right. It is pretty obvious. Well, he looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen, though. You know? I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kinda has it better, you know? Dying from a bomb going off inside of you, I mean, that's just... Some of Snake's bones went right through his
Okay,
skin.
Junpei.
No.
Junpei,
No,
no. Stop.
Junpei,
Stop.
keep going.
Oh.
I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There was a broken bone just sticking out of his left
There
arm.
we go. Oh, there we go.
It's incredibly insensitive, but attaboy, Junpei.
Yeah, that was not the way to bring that up.
And,
Suddenly, Junpei realized what he was saying. How could he have been so cruel? He clapped his hands over his mouth. But it was already too late. He turned to look at Clover. She was glaring at him furiously.
What did you just say?
Her words sounded cold. He knew an apology could hardly atone for what he'd done, but he tried anyway.
Oh man, I am so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I really don't know what I was thinking. I mean...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
Arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but... I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was going to see the details.
Clover took a quick, deep breath.
Are you sure it was his left arm?
Junpei thought back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me!
She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Junpei winced and swallowed.
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm.
No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed.
Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Suddenly, she was crying. Junpei wasn't sure what to do.
Thank you.
Ah, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
It was close to the last thing he had expected to hear.
Huh? What are you...
Junpei had no idea what had just happened. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks, and he couldn't understand why she had chosen this moment to begin crying.
He does know, like, she had told him before, yeah, right? In this timeline, did she mention to him that his left arm was a prosthetic? Or no, I don't think
she hasn't.
We have
He doesn't
not,
have this information.
Okay, that's what I thought, which is why he's there. He stood there confused.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
She thanked him again, and then something even stranger happened.
Aww. Oh.
Clover threw herself into Junpei's surprise arms.
Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry, it's just... I'm so happy!
Why?
The body in the shower room, it isn't his! It isn't my brother!
Huh?
It's not Snake!
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is...
She stopped herself.
I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this.
Junpei decided it would be prudent not to press her for any more information. If she did not wish to tell him, she certainly had no reason for doing so. Perhaps more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, then she was likely right. That meant that the body in the shower room wasn't Snake. It wasn't much, but that knowledge lifted some of the weight from Junpei's heart.
But he's still alive. I'm so happy.
Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. As she cried, she had pushed herself against his chest like a child. Junpei put his arms around her and held her tight.
I'm so glad!
Huh?
Junpei, you were right!
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope.
Aww.
You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was a laminated bookmark with a 4-leaf clover.
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody, and I was angry and miserable. But because I had this 4-leaf clover, because of what you said to me,
Yeah.
Junpei hadn't thought his words would have such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
She looked up at him. He scratched his nose and pretended to notice something interesting somewhere else in the room.
Oh, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
Then suddenly... Ace? No.
Oh.
Okay. Whew.
Good.
I didn't want any more Ace.
No more Ace, currently.
Clover broke away from Junpei. He looked confused. He hadn't thought she'd reacted that poorly. Clover began to pace across the room.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's just showing her
She's just pacing.
her sprite moving around.
Yeah.
Oh.
6 steps to the left. 6 steps to the right. Another 6 to the left. And then she stopped.
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Her eyes were serious, but not angry.
Yeah, he did. Did I say something wrong?
Oh no, Not at all. In fact, this could be really good news. I think.
You think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Subjects?
The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me.
Oh.
But he's blind, and I was part of the Nevada test group.
Oh, the Nevada test group.
Oh, yeah.
So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
So Santa was another test subject.
For the Nonary game.
Whoa, okay, time out.
Another version of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, we've been trying. He's the one we couldn't place.
That's true.
Santa's the one we couldn't place.
We didn't know what his deal was.
Yeah, and Lotus a little bit, but like...
That's true. But we knew that Santa was like... is now currently like a major stakeholder.
Well, we also know that Santa has a sister, or had a sister, and you know, Clover and Snake are siblings, so maybe it was siblings.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Or maybe they were trying to do some like mind shit like with siblings being in separate places or something. But it sounds like Clover and Snake were in the same test together, though.
Well,
I mean, they were within the Nevada test group.
No,
but...
she said she was in the Nevada test group, and her brother was blind, so he wouldn't know, which implies that her brother was somewhere else.
Well, I think that implies that her brother was blind, so he doesn't know...
Exactly, and she said he wouldn't know, and I wasn't there because I was in the Nevada test group.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Fascinating. Yeah. All right, Junpei, it sounds like he's going to ask for more information right now.
Junpei held up his hands. He took a deep breath and let it out.
Let's just calm down for a second, okay? Start from the top. Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Clover nodded.
Hell yes.
Let's start with this experiment.
Hell yes.
What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Ace is being surprisingly...
Not present?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I really, really don't like it.
But I
feel
love that we're having this conversation, so stay
Me
wherever
too.
you are, Ace.
I feel like he's...
Do you know
Sorry.
about morphogenetic fields?
I feel like he's around the corner listening or something. I don't know. Morphogenetic fields.
We do know about
Yes.
morphogenetic fields,
We do.
actually.
Morphogenetic fields.
He did. And the realization sent chills down Junpei's spine.
All right, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
I think Lotus mentioned something like that.
Junpei recounted that what Lotus had told him earlier. Clover nodded.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys do?
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
The Nonary game. 9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Junpei grabbed the sides of his head.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the Nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing something here?
Clover bit her lip. She blinked back sudden tears. What had happened to her in Nevada?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany, and what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
We've talked about that before too, like being in really dire situations.
Yeah, it's
like,
the rats.
Yeah, being put under pressure makes them act and find solutions. And yeah.
Yeah. It's Santa bringing up that the threat of drowning was what made the rats.
Right.
Yeah,
learn and then
So
project
you're saying
that,
the Nonary game
supposedly.
was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Huh.
Junpei felt the sudden grip of despair in his heart. Something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment he felt very, very empty and alone.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada.
Okay, they were split. Yeah.
I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was...
Ace. The sound of the door opening was like a gunshot. Junpei spun around.
Hey.
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Ace.
You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long.
Ace glanced down at the floor. Yeah, we know. Mm-hmm. At the corpse, covered in blood.
At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something? I'm having a little trouble, and I could really use your assistance. Come on. It'll only take a moment.
With that, he turned and walked back towards the communications office. Clover waited until he was out of sight, then spoke in a small, quiet voice.
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Clover ignored him. From outside, Junpei could hear Ace calling.
Junpei? What are you doing in there? Hurry up!
Hey, fucker.
Okay.
Fucker. Grumbling to himself, Junpei stomped off towards the communications office. So,
We're grumbling with you,
what
man.
we know now is that of the original 9 that took place in the Nonary game, at least one of the 9 died. And that was a girl.
Yes.
That we know.
That's true.
Okay.
And that there were 2 sets of 9 people participating in 2 Nonary games at the same time.
One on the ship, and we know Snake was on the ship.
Snake was on the ship.
And one in Nevada doing something.
Yeah, and that's where Clover was.
Yeah.
And I guess that means Santa was on the ship because Clover didn't recognize him.
Yeah, I guess he'd have to be.
Yeah. And then Snake didn't see him, but he would supposedly know who he was, like, through his voice.
Possibly. It depends. This was years ago.
Oh, that's
so
true.
they would have been younger.
They would have been.
So the question
Wow.
is, could Snake have figured out that Santa was somebody that was on the ship with them?
That's true.
But yeah, they must have been young.
I was thinking there must have been, like, kids. Like, Clover must have been, like, I mean, we can't quite tell how old she is, but she's young.
If this was 9 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. There was a moment very early on when we were with Snake and Seven in the first room, like in the first puzzle together, where Snake kind of like reacted to something in a weird way. Like,
yes,
he noticed something and then like reacted.
Yes, I know exactly what you're referring to, but I'm not going to clarify what it is.
Please do not. Yeah. I just wanted to bring that back up again, and I wonder if that has to do with him having been
I reacted to him reacting to something too, which was unfortunate.
Oh, I don't remember what you did.
We were skipping. I was skipping through lines, and I realized I shouldn't have been skipping through it. So then I see.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally fair. Do we continue onward next time?
I think so. This was a big moment for us. Actually,
shit.
That was a not only a startling revelation, but I think we can say with confidence, especially after seeing her immediately get killed after this in Safe Ending, that this was a very important turning moment for Clover.
Yeah.
And we kind of caught her.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Like, and she was like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
and she kind of came back to herself. Because we've seen her almost drifting away, and we were able to bring her back.
Yep. That was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's not dead. Or... Not currently, at least. Like,
you're right. She's not currently dead. So far, the only 2 people that are currently dead are
randos.
Yeah. And the 9th man, who's also a rando.
Yeah, as far as we know. So backing up. So we've got Snake, Clover, and Santa, who have participated in the Nonary game before. We have Ace, who made the Nonary game.
Yeah.
Partially.
We don't know whether Santa's sister was part of it. We have no idea when Santa lost his sister.
Right. Yeah. So that could be the girl.
It could be.
Yeah, that could have been
All
his
we
sister.
know is that he had a sister and lost her at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not clear how or why or when.
Yeah.
The ninth man was also involved in creating the Nonary game. So that's 5 people out of the 9 that we know are directly involved with the Nonary game in some way. And then Lotus maybe... I'm not really sure.
Well, we know in addition to all of that there were 4 executives that ran the original Nonary game, one of whom was Ace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That was a lot. That was so much. It's like reading a good book. I don't want to stop. I don't want to put it down.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. All right. So I guess next time we'll continue onward and see what Ace wants us to do, I guess.
Probably something with Morse code.
Yeah, sure. He's like, let's solve the puzzle. Like, even though he knows everything. All right. No love lost for Ace. Yeah.
Well, my favorite thing to think about is this. If the game that was run 9 years ago was exactly the same, meaning it had exactly the same puzzles, are the people that were part of it just fucking with us?
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah,
like Ace.
Why aren't they...
What do you mean you're stuck? Didn't you design this?
What the fuck? Like, and it's same thing with, I mean, it seemed, we have known for a while that Snake was involved in some way and that he took place in the Nonary game. But why?
For what it's worth, I don't think they can be exactly the same puzzles, because in the cargo hold, there was that pin puzzle that had all of our faces.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's
I don't think
true.
they're identical, but they have to be pretty close.
Right.
If everybody keeps saying exactly this ship. You know what I mean? Like, it's the way people are reacting to it, saying it was this ship.
Right.
So, I don't know.
What the fuck? Yeah, come on, Clover, what? Why? I mean, they also...
She was in Nevada, so we don't know what went on in
that's
Nevada.
true. She was in
we
Nevada.
have no idea what happened in Nevada.
Very
I'm
true.
mostly just giving Ace sass.
Yeah, that's fair. And Santa was potentially on the ship,
Yeah.
too.
And Snake.
Yeah, that's true, and Snake. But they were also pretty young and may have been like really traumatized or affected by it, and I
may
don't
not
know.
remember.
Or they might not just remember, like, because we've seen like weird memory shit happening here too.
Yeah,
like,
and 7 has amnesia, I guess.
So we literally cannot rule anything out here. This is absolutely wild. All right, so I guess we'll come back and learn more next time.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
See you, folks.